विन्दायतपत्रनेत्रं येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरिः ओम। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय। We are discussing, thank you, जरूरत था। We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, और in this 6th chapter, the yoga of meditation, and in that also yesterday we saw the 10th sloka, yogi bhunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthita ekaki yatachitatma nirasehe aparigraha. This we were discussing, it was not fully discussed. Yogi yunjitaha, it is in present tense. Let the yogi be ever constantly be engaged in to be united. And satatam atmanam rahasi sthitaha. Let the yogi try constantly to keep the mind steady, remaining in solitude. Solitude will help him. Rahasya, we always think the meaning of rahasya means the inner truth, which is hidden truth. But here The same thing, same word, hidden means it is solitude, hidden from the society. In this sense it is used. Rahasi sthita means remaining in solitude. Nobody knows about him. Unknown from these people. Ekaki, so all alone. Jata chittatma, controlled mind and senses. Nirasihi, without desires and without hope of the getting the result of his actions. Aparigraha, without accumulating the needs for the body. Let the yogi try constantly to keep the mind steady, remaining in solitude, alone, with the mind and the body controlled. Here body with senses is known as Atma. Here it is referred to body and the senses. That's why separately it is said Chitta also, mind. That also fourfold mind. And free from hope and covetousness, accumulating things, and hope of the result he has done, whatever action. The yogi who treads the path of renunciation, Nivriti Marga. We discussed it yesterday. Nivriti Marga, renunciation, the path of renunciation is also all these, whatever we do without renouncing and accepting, renouncing many, accepting one. Bodily actions, sensual contact with the objects, and mind also. That's how having vairagya, etc. Everything carries both the things, renunciation and acceptance. And in the end, when the absolute is accepted, the whole, the world is renounced. One whole is rejected, the other whole is accepted. So in this way, he says, the yogi who treads the path of renunciation can practice meditation in a solitary cave in the mountains. He should renounce all possessions. To live in jungle, you cannot carry all the what you call articles which gives you comfort in life. That is not possible in jungle. A householder with yogic tendencies and spiritual inclination can practice meditation in a solitary and quiet room, in his own house or any solitary place on the banks of any holy river, during the holidays or throughout the year. If he is a whole-time aspirant, means our what you call after 50, आपका क्या नाम? हरिओम. आपका क्या नाम? गृहस्थी तो नहीं ना अभी. क्या नाम? सन्यासी भी नहीं. 50 के बाद क्या बोलते हैं गृहत्यागियों को? वानप्रस्थ कहो नाम. वही मैं शब्द को ढूंढ रहा था. वानप्रस्थ. neither sannyasi nor grihasti, so he has a renunciate. He should live all alone, but there is some laws, some injunctions in the scriptures. He can stay with wife only, not with the whole family. Such was seen in Mahabharata. After Mahabharata war was over, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari both went to jungle, both, and many other cases are example. So it is the Vanprastha, one who wants to devote his full time in spiritual practice. He should take a place in some river bank, or if he is a whole-time aspirant, Vanprastha, or if he has retired from service, same thing. The practice must be constant. Only then can one attain self-realization surely and quickly. That nishtha we have discussed yesterday. Continuity is a must. He who practices meditation by fits and starts and for a few minutes daily will not be able to achieve any tangible results in yoga. Little doing haphazardly and giving it up when again, after some time again coming to practice yoga. That's how in yoga class the regularity should be must. The yogic aspirant should be free from hope, desire and greed. Only then will he have a steady mind. Hope, desire and greed make the mind ever restless and turbulent. This also point we have discussed yesterday. They are the enemies of peace and self-knowledge. These three demonic qualities, negative qualities, hope, desire and greed. These three negative qualities are enemies of peace and self-knowledge. Why? Because it makes the mind very restless. The aspirant should not have many passions either. It should not have passions, attachment to some particular objects. Possessions also. He can only keep those articles which are absolutely necessary for the maintenance of his body, no accumulation. So possessions also should be minimized. If there are many possessions, the mind will be ever thinking of them and attempting to protect them. If you are well established in the practice of prana, pratyahara, sama and dhamma, they are sama and dhamma, they are practiced in the very beginning, the initial stages of yoga. So they are the initial practice. Withdrawal of the senses, control of mind and the body respectively. These are Dhamma, to have control over all these. For that we practice pranayama and asana before that. So all these are necessary. If you have the senses under your full control, you can find perfect solitude and peace even in the most crowded and noisy place, just as of a big city, just as our Pythagoras. That also yesterday we have seen. If the senses are turbulent, if you have not got the power to withdraw them, you will have no peace, because if you cannot withdraw them, they will draw you out. Not if you cannot draw them inside, then they will draw you outside. That is the reaction. You will not have any peace of mind, even in a solitary cave of the Himalayas. On this also I have a little experiential story. When I came to Uttarkasi in the beginning, I was staying in Uttarkasi, Ujjayi. So I had all the time one thought, I must go to some cave or some jungle to practice solitary meditation and contemplation. So once I got to know other side of Ganga, another village, Mando it is called. There is a big cave, and some Mahatmas used to stay there, and the Mahatma who was staying at that time a little before, he had left the place and gone somewhere. And the key was with Chaitanya Sanji, our Guru Bhai. So I got to know it. I went to Chaitanya Sanji, requested him, Swamiji, I want to stay in the cave there, the other side of Ganga. Can you give me the key? Swamiji looked at me. He laughed at me. Why do you want to go to cave? Because he had the experience. He was old Swamiji. So he could know, he could study my mind. He said, why do you want to go there? I said, I want to practice everything in this solitary place. I don't want to stay in all these crowded places. But Swamiji argued, you must stay with Mahatmas in the beginning. Mahatma's society is a fort for the neophytes. They protect you every moment. And he gave the example also. In Swaminarayan Dharma, no one can travel all alone. They cannot remain also alone, one. There should be always two. They have the reason behind it. If you are all alone, then there is chance of bad thoughts to enter into you. And if two sadhaks stay together, there will be very less chance for the bad thoughts to enter in. Because one will be aware of the other. So, naturally, this is practiced in the initial stage everywhere. One should not keep alone. And that is what I was telling yesterday, Gangotri is the center of origin of all the mad people. They don't know what is solitude, and they want to be in solitude forcibly. The result is just opposite. So Chaitanya Swami said, my dear, you want to go there, I have no objection. Take the key, I am ready to give the key. But will you leave your mind here and go there? Your mind is with you. So mind needs solitude, or your body and your outward some whims want solitude. I said, Swamiji, you don't want to give the key, that is the cause. No, take the key and go. I have no objection. I took the key and went there. I could not stay more than 15 days. What happens? Night time it is solitary. Nobody comes there. And just on the front of the cave, there is a perennial stream. And all the villagers, all the women folk and children, and of course the elders and males, they come to take bath there, and these ladies, they come and wash their clothes there because it is free water, and they wash the clothes and they take the drinking water from there also, and all the cattle, they come and drink water there. The whole villagers are always around there. And they shout, children come, they will shout and play in water. All the day it is crowded and noisy. The moment I come out of the cave, your mind, your eyes are on them. Hardly 50 feet away, hardly 50 feet. From here, that Shiv temple, this much only. I could not adjust. I was so much disturbed. One day I closed the cave and handed over the key to Swamiji. What happened, my dear? Yes. Yes. And this is another incident. At the time of Gurudev, I wanted to read Gita from some Mataji. Her name was Janak. Janak Mataji, she was from Delhi and she was widow. But she takes herself to be Radhika. And though she is a widow, yet she will dress up herself just like Radha, with all the ornaments and all these things, always be fully glittering. And she, because she is Radha, she wants to teach Gita to some people, nobody is around her. She was searching for some students. I was new in the ashram. Mother, she got me. Premanand. At that time I was Mahanti. And Mahanti, do you like to read Gita? Yes, Mataji. I am fond of Gita. So she said, you can come at midday when there will be nobody. All alone. I didn't have any negative thoughts in my mind. So I came to Gurudev and to take permission from Gurudev. Gurudev knew the lady. The moment I and permission. Gurudev, I want to go there for study Gita. He said, he started laughing, and the sadhana Saji and others, the inner circle, Gurudev, the moment they heard this, my words approaching Gurudev, they start laughing. I could not understand why they are laughing at me. But Gurudev said, yes, yes, you can go.
All the best.
Huh?
All the best.
All the way. I could not understand that also. Because Gurudev knows this fellow cannot stick there for 2 days. I went there for 2-3 days. Gita is aside and she talks all about herself, how I behave like Radha and how is my Krishna always. I was fed up of her. After 2-3 days, I left her. Arey yaar. Then after 15-20 days, once Gurudev asked me, Bhati, what happened to your Gita? And all of them were laughing, and I too joined them, telling nothing. And they could understand me, I could understand them. I had no answer, and Gurudev understood. I also understood Gurudev why they were laughing before. So, all these are practical experiences of this is solitude. You see, the mind is always with you. If mind is not under control, what will solitude do? He who has reduced his wants, who has not a bit of attraction for the world, who has discrimination and burning aspiration for liberation, and who has observed Mauna, the vow of silence for months together, will be able to live in a cave. Then only he can live in a cave. I went to Ayana. Before that I had 3.5 years Mauna. That helped me a lot. Whatever Swamiji writes, it is just practical. Just practical only. First you have to keep Mauna, and you have to practice how mind works, and then you should observe solitary places or somewhere. Or else, if you go directly to solitude, you will go mad. Mind will trouble you every moment. You should have perfect control over the body through the regular practice of yoga, asanas, before you take to serious and constant meditation. That also I experienced. If you cannot sit for a long time in one asana, then also solitude will be a course for you. You will be running here and there in jungle like a mad dog. Whatever we are discussing, it is literally true. Literally, practically. Before enjoying solitude, you must practice all these. Control over the body, control over the speech, and of course withdrawal of the mind from the sense objects, and very less accumulation of your comfortable needs. Or else in the jungle you will be hankering for sandal soap. Monaco. and Nescafe. This is what happened even for such a stubborn Hatha yogi, our Sardhan Swami. He was about to go mad because of solitude. You should have perfect control over the body through the regular practice of yogasanas before you take to serious and constant meditation. Aparigraha means non-covetousness, freedom from possessions. The spiritual aspirant need not bother himself about his bodily needs. That's why titiksha, forbearance, should be practiced in the very beginning. Our yam niyam contains all these qualities. Everything is provided by God. Everything is prearranged by Mother Nature. She looks after the bodily needs of all very carefully in a more efficient manner than they themselves would do. Nature takes care of the body because it is built by nature only. You see, when we purchase a new car, for 3-4 services the company gives free because they have to take care of the body. Nature, the producer or the makers, that is called nature. So she will take care of the body and there is no need for you to bother about it. She knows better what the requirements and provides them, then and there understand the mysterious ways of Mother Nature and become wise. Be grateful to her for her unique kindness, grace and mercy it bestows upon you. If you want to retire into solitude for the practice of meditation, and if you are a householder with a thirst for intense spiritual sadhana, you cannot all of a sudden sever your connection with your family. Sudden severance of worldly ties may produce intense mental agony in you and suck in them. You will have to break the ties gradually. Stay for a week or a month in seclusion to begin with. Don't take the vow, I shall not come down. Come back. They will not feel the pangs of separation from you. As your will has become very weak, as you had no religious discipline or training in schools and colleges, when you were young, and as you are under the sway of materialistic influences, it is necessary, it is very much necessary for you to go in for seclusion for some days or weeks during the Christmas, Easter or other holidays to practice rigorous japa and meditation and to develop your willpower. This is how it is always said, before doing Purascharan you should have anushthan. Anushthan means short time practice with full rigorous rules and regulations. For short time, say Om Namah Shivaya, 5-lettered mantra. Purascharan means you have to do japa of this mantra for 5 lakhs laksha japa. And it will, in the very beginning, it may take long time for you. You can sit only half an hour or 1 hour a day, at best, continuously. So practice, somehow take the vow to fulfill 1 lakh. It will take some 15 days, 20 days. Take it 1 month, and after that you are free. Again, after some time, you may do another 1 lakh. In this way, when you are ready to sit for a long time and your body, your mind is not troubling you, then only you can take to Purascharan at a time 5 lakhs. And this is a small 5-letter mantra. What about Gayatri, 24 letters? You have to do 24 lakhs. It takes years. And you cannot stick to your conditions. You have conditioned yourself. So at that time you can do 50,000 or 1 lakh at a stretch. That is allowed also. And then slowly, when you are ready to sit for a long time and give up everything for a long time, then you can take to Purascharan. In this way, the spiritual practice is classified and distributed to different kinds of students according to their capacity and qualification. So all of a sudden, nothing should be taken in hand rigidly. It will have reaction. If you want to retire into solitude for the practice of meditation and you are a householder with a thirst for intense spiritual sadhana, you cannot all of a sudden sever your connection with the family. Sudden severance of worldly ties means shaking, produce intense mental agony in you and shock in them. You will have a break the ties gradually. Stay for a week or a month in seclusion to begin with, then gradually prolong the period. They will not feel the pangs of separation from you. As your will has become very weak, as you had no religious discipline or training in schools and colleges when you were young, and as you are under the sway of materialistic influences, it is necessary for you to go in for seclusion for some days or weeks during the festivals. Practice rigorous japa and meditation and to develop your willpower. Those who have fixed up their sons in life and means no obligation towards uh, uh, domestic relationships and who have retired from service and who have discharged their duties as householders can remain in seclusion for 4 or 5 years and practice intense meditation and tapas, penance for self-purification and self-realization. This is like entering a university for higher studies or postgraduate course of study. When the tapas is over and when they have attained to self-knowledge, they should come out and share their knowledge or share their knowledge of the self with others through lectures, conversations, discourses, or heart-to-heart talks according to their capacity and dispositions. That is what our Mishraji was doing. And now our Rajat also is stepping towards it.
But they didn't come into secularism. They came with the...
No, they have realized. So they want to say, okay, you must understand, Swamiji. And now also you can start. You must share what you have with others. So this is the pseudo teachers, that is called hallucination. That is overestimating yourself, that is most dangerous. Most dangerous. It will put you in utter dark dungeon. You cannot come out of it. How can sense control be tested in a lonely forest where there are no temptations? Gurudev always used to say, you can practice solitude, and if you can feel the solitude in crowded places, then you are really fit to be in solitude. Then you are free, you have got license to be in solitude. Or else solitude will be a curse on you. This is not what I say, it is Gurudev's words. And I have experienced it to its latest. Many times I have tried. Once I tried Buddhadev also. Mantramba sadhayate sarirama patayate. Shall I tell you this peculiar, funny story? You see, I was in ashram. At that time, Gurudev also was in body. And all of a sudden, I had this idea. Buddha did it in 39 days. Why not I? I will show everyone what 49 days. I'll sit forever. I will not get up at all. let the body go to hell. Have so much courage. And one early morning, it was Ekadashi also, and it was Sunday also. So office holiday, Sunday in Sivanashram, no service for the sadhaks who work in office of the different heads. So I was working in SPL, Publication League. Sunday was a holiday. So I had the chance, I told my friend the day before, Swamiji, I shall go for a walk and may not come till evening. If some need be, don't search for me. My idea was different. I didn't tell him frankly. And early morning I got up and started walking towards Badri Road, past our, what is that place? Lakshmanjula, and then our colony, Tapovan, Lakshmanjula, and Brahmapuri. There also some people knew me, so I went across that also. I had gone near our that place. Before Vasisht Gufa. Some Vyasi, before little Vyasi. I saw dense forest and very solitary, and a small rivulet coming from upwards, stream, it is not river, small stream, and so beautiful sound. I was overwhelmed by the solitude. I thought, let me go to the source of this stream, and there I shall see it, because for 1 or 2 days I will need some water. Then of course I don't want any food, that was in my mind. And for water, after 2-3 days I will give up also water and sit there. Mantram va sadhayat, sariram va patayat. I shall so. I went off slowly, catching, there was no track, catching the some branches of trees and some stones. Like that I went, climbed up at least 4 or 5 kilometers up. And then I found a place, beautiful, small, muddy pasture, and the stream starts from there. And little pasture, and there was no tree, nothing, and little dry place also was there. And under a tree I collected some leaves and made a beautiful asan, and then I prayed, "Oh Lord, now I have come to you. I have come to you. Now there is nobody in this world. I am all alone and under thy feet." Started praying with so much courage and hope. I shall do something today. Nobody knows where am I. They cannot find me even searching. Who can guess I have gone there? It will be about 12-15 kilometers from ashram. And there I read at about 2 o'clock or so. It was not quite evening. And there I made up a mind, I sat, did a little pranayam and sat and took the vow. I will die here. I will not get up from the asana. Let me see, oh Lord Krishna, your grandfather will come here before me. Let me see how you test the devotees. I shall show you also. I challenged Krishna. Of course, before that, Gurudev has initiated me with Dvadasakhari mantra. At that time, I had no sannyas. So I sat. Hours passed. Slowly it was getting dark. And I was not opening my eyes. Oh, fully merged with japa, and mind was so calm and tranquil. And I was enjoying like anything, as if now his grandfather will come before me. Full of joy and confidence, I shall do something. Slowly the darkness deepens, darkness all around. And the mosquitoes started singing their sweet songs all around me. Many times this is the first trial. And then I didn't care for them. And this body I have forgotten. Let it go to hell. What do I care for these mosquitoes? Slowly, little wind and murmuring sound of dry leaves around. Then a thought comes. It is dense forest, full of tigers and bears. This body is not for the breakfast of tigers. You see, you fool, you are sitting down. What will happen if some tiger comes? And this is water place. Naturally, the wild animals, they come in the evening time and in the morning time to water places. That is the nature of wild animals. Oh, it is evening. Slowly, I opened my eyes slowly. I will not get up. And little more wind and some dry branches falls down from the higher branches and makes a little sound, murmuring sound. Oh, tiger? No, it is not tiger. Tiger will not do such sound. It is some jackals or something. I should not fear. You are a sadhak, you know what vow you have taken. Mind will go on, and then finally, at about 10 o'clock, of course nobody came. And I was always opening my eyes, sitting there, not getting up. And japa was going on. And finally at 10, about 10, I had no watch. So I came to the conclusion, this body is not to offer it for the wild animals. My foolish boy, what are you going to do? Little sound, I was shaking like anything. And I could not remain because I was knowing how to climb up to the trees, and I started, no, you should not act foolishly. Huh? I got up, drank a little water, and of course the whole day I had no food. Ekadasi morning I started and climbed up to the tree, to the top, at least 50 feet high. Very big, tall tree it was. And there I sat on a branch and hold the main trunk and sitting. It was Ekadasi day, and slowly I saw the eastern sky was little bright. And till then I was feeling sleepy, tired, whole day no food. And if I fall down, what will happen? I am feeling sleepy. What to do? Of course, I had the gamsa with me. So I took it and tied up. I took my cloth also and tied up with the tree. It was little, after 50 feet, it will be thinner. And sat there nicely. There was no fear of falling down. And now, slowly, and little sun, oh, somebody. And then, of course, the moon was there, little slight light on the whole forest. And at about 4 o'clock or so, I guessed, so much sound. And I was looking down. After 10-15 minutes, some blackish something I saw. It may be some bear or some pig. It came breaking all those branches and everything, and made so much sound, and came under the tree and took a little water, and it was smelling here and there. It threw out all those branches, my asan. It was thrown out. I was looking down, terrified. I was sweating. If it comes up, what shall I do? Then I got ready. I shall kick it. Somehow or other I have to keep myself safe. So I was getting ready. If it comes up, I shall kick it, it will be down, and kick strongly at its head. It will fall down. Planning. Of course, it didn't come up, and all around it was digging something and eating something from the. I guessed it must be some pig. They take some underneath something, and somehow or other it was rounding there for 1 or 2 hours. I was about to have heart fail. It is waiting for me. So somehow, when little light was there before sunrise, it went away. Until 9 o'clock, as long as there was not a bright sun in the forest, I didn't get down. Let happen anything, I shall not come down. Somehow or other, how long I can sit here? Somehow I made up a mind. I came down and slowly I came down to the road. At evening next day I reached ashram. The moment I reached ashram, I didn't meet anybody. I went to langar and so much in a in a plate. Went to Ganga Bank, hidingly ate everything. And I was thinking, my dear, what a vow you took. You are the grandfather of your Buddha. What a great grand success. Hey Bhagavan, this is what happens. Really, the mind cheats people. We don't understand how the mind acts.
Very nice story.
Pardon?
Very nice story. तो आप समझ स्टोरी सुनाने से पहले आप पूछते हैं हमेशा shall I tell you a story? कोई भी हाँ नहीं बोलता है लेकिन स्टोरी होता है
स्टोरी होता है.
आप आगे से पूछना नहीं shall I tell you a story? I'm telling you a story ऐसे
I am telling you a story.
How you survived 3.5 years in Ayana?
Ayana, I was without fear. I was facing tigers and bears. They did nothing. I had no fear. In the beginning, I had little fear, and I went to Mataji and wept seriously. Mataji, I have come to you. I am taking refuge under your feet. Please remove this fear from my heart. Please. For days I used to weep before Mataji. If I go down, what will people say of me? It is same to me. I cannot go down out of fear. I have to be here, let me die.
बहुत साल का गैप भी हो गया ना उधर से
And before that, of course, I have tried like this many times.
वृंदावन में
वृंदावन and many हरिद्वार में भी, यहाँ भी उत्तरकाशी में for 3 days, 4 days. That practice I had, so fear also I could overcome. Midnight, in moonlit night, I used to roam about in the forest all alone without anything. I had no fear, no fear. I didn't think of the animals. In Ayana, I had no obstacles, nothing. For some time, of course, the hopes, the desires troubled me, but I could control it. No food could trouble me, nothing. Water was there, no fear, nothing. After 2-3 months, I was quite easy to myself. I had no uneasiness. And I used to play with little deer and our birds. They will come and sit on me and eat all those grains. They had no fear. I used to play with small kids in jungle. They will look at me. They will play hide and seek with me. I enjoyed in Ayana. I had no obstacles. Of course, now I have little fear. At that time I was fearless. Many times I have faced tigers and all these bears and hordes of pigs. You have to be little away from them. They will not chase you, they will not harm you. If you don't have fear, they will not do anything to you. So anyhow, tomorrow we shall see the next. Now we have finished it. This is the story of all this solitude.
वो कल वृंदावन वाला भी बता सकते हो, वो भी बड़ा है।
वृंदावन को मच्छर कहानी वृंदावन. In Ujjayi also 3 days I didn't take food, no water, nothing. When the mouth was bleeding, nose was bleeding, there was no water in the body. Then reaction started and I had to open the door and come out. Whatever I got, eat it. I was afraid the whole body may break without water. Bleeding, my mouth and nose, and it was bleeding. There was no water for 3 days, no water. Somehow it was a failure but a stepping stone for success. That experience and that confidence, at least I can stay for a day or two without food, without water, without begging. That confidence comes. I don't care for food. So all these are of course failures, but the failures give you strength to go ahead. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai.